We will now move the conversation on to the National Executive Committee of the People's Democratic Party, which converged in Abuja earlier this week and, after detailed deliberation, decided to fix the party's next national convention for November 2025. Now, we know there's so much mounting problems within the party, including the continuing hemorrhage of key functionaries to the ruling APC, All Progressives Congress. The date of the November convention critically brings Nigeria's main opposition party to less than 13 months before the first ballot is cast in 2027 for the general elections. Now, for what all of that means in the context of the current state of the polity, we are now being joined by Abduljabbar Rufai, who aspires to contest the position of National Youth Leader in the PDP, People's Democratic Party, to talk about the circumstances underlying the postponement of the National Convention and the party's chances of success going forward. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the morning show. Now, as you already know, there's several issues that... Thank you so much. There's several issues. You know, we're seeing a lot of defections happening, and these defections are built on the premise of internal issues within the PDP. On one hand, there is the belief that the party is unable to manage itself and possibly will have these issues extend to 2027. Now, as someone who's aspiring to contest under the party, how would you say these issues may or may not affect your chances for the position of National Youth Leader? And if at all, do you even agree that they are major issues within the party at this time?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me once again. I believe the People's Democratic Party, it's in a very optimistic position and a very hopeful position for the first time for as long as I can remember, or if you like, for the first time since we lost the general elections of 2015. The PDP is now focused. We are speaking with one voice. As you can see, there are no factions. There are a lot of optimism in the party as we speak now. So I believe we are going into the 2025 National Convention with one voice and unity.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. As you said, one voice and unity. But at the APC convention, which we just had recently, the president said that he was going to task the minister of the FCC, Nyesom Wike, with building the APC a befitting house or, office for the APC. Now, a lot of people have been saying that Nyesom Wike is anti-party, that he is the reason why there is such a large exodus of PDP members. Do you believe that Nyesom Wike is anti-party and weakening the PDP? And if so, do you believe that it's going to continue?
Nyesom Wike, a lot of people, accuse Nyesom Wike of anti-party activities. But if you look at the other side of the coin, you see that Nyesom Wike is one of the most valuable leaders of the PDP, even as we speak now. Take a look at his record in the party as a governor for 8 years. You look at what he has achieved for the party. If you look at the record he was able to break in the party, because one of the major records that was set in place was former governor, now Senate President Godswill Akpabio in 2011, where he swept all the electable seats in the state. That is the state assembly, the federal constituencies, and the Senate, and the governorship candidate too, which Nyesom Wike did the same in 2023, despite the accusations of him being playing anti-party, while he has already made his ground that he is not going to support a northern candidate after the administration of General Muhammadu Buhari, and the leadership is meant to turn back to the south. So I believe he stood his ground and he has laid out his concerns and all, and that was his position, and he still remains a very major factor in the PDP.
Abduljabbar, thanks for the submissions so far. Two questions from me. First will be, one, what are your expectations towards November when the NEC for your party will hold in Oyo State? Are you in any way aligning? You said that the PDP is now speaking with one voice, but many people know that even Wike, that you have said kind words about, is no longer on the same page with Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, in whose domain you'll be holding the NEC, and who many people believe is also eyeing the presidential ticket of the party. So are you aligning in any way with those who might make things happen for you, given the fact that you are interested in becoming the national youth leader? The second part will be, what precisely do you seek as a national youth leader of the party? Many people would think that when it comes to youth movement, PDP won't come to mind, maybe Labour or the Obedience. Obi is not in PDP, even though we're hearing, according to former Minister Professor Jerry Ghana, that your party is speaking to a number of people, including Obi. But without Obi in PDP, how are you, if you get to become the national youth leader, how are you planning to galvanize the youths of Nigeria to look the PDP way and try to return PDP to power, given that many of your big wigs have left the party, for the coalition?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. You see, my aspiration to serve as the national youth leader of the People's Democratic Party is an aspiration based on conviction and not just a mere ambition, not just a mere political ambition. I am offering to serve as the national youth leader of the party because I believe I have what it takes in rekindling the spirit and reigniting the energy in the People's Democratic Party, especially in the wing side. And talking about the youth of the PDP, I believe me as the national youth leader is going to, being the national youth leader, is going to give more confidence to the youths and for them to see that we really have someone that has the their youth interest in mind. Talking about Peter Obi, yes, leaders of the People's Democratic Party yesterday visited him, and we believe him coming back to the PDP, where it used to be his home, is going to be a very significant, is going to have a significant impact in the PDP. And even looking at the 2023 polls, you see that the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, when majority of his votes from the Southeast, which is basically the stronghold of the PDP since 1999, there is a record that the PDP has never lost a single local government in the whole southeastern states. And a lot of other states from the South. So Peter Obi, I think if we can get Peter Obi back to the PDP, I think it's a very, very strategic and very, very impactful development in the party, and it's going to, bring about confidence as regards to the youths in the party. You spoke about earlier about the President Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nyesom Wike. You see, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very strategic politician, despite the accusations on him right now that there is a chance he might change or replace his vice presidential candidate in the 2027, which is going to be a landmine. It is going to be a landmine that we want him to step on. If he step on that landmine and replace Vice President Kashim Shettima on his ticket, then that means he's not going to see a single state in the Northeast. If you can remember, the APC won only one state in the Northeast, which is Borno, where the vice president is from. So him replacing him is like, giving up the whole Northeast. And looking at the Northwest too, APC were able to win only 2 states, which is Zamfara and Jigawa. So I don't think he's going to, I don't see him really making that kind of mistake, being the strategic or the mastermind, the political mastermind he's been proud to be a recent development.
Okay, let's talk about you as the national youth leader. Let's talk about you. What are your ideals? When you say that you want to push forward the PDP and you want to take account of the needs of the people, what are these needs? How do you intend to make a difference as the national youth leader? Aside from the politicking, whoever eventually comes out to contest, whoever defects from what party to PDP or away from PDP, I want to speak to you as an individual. What are your values as a potential youth leader for the PDP, and what values do you intend to bring into the party and emulate to the people who will then follow you?
Well, having been a member of the Presidential Campaign Council having been a member of the Presidential Campaign Council in the People's Democratic Party for 2 election cycles, and being a lobbyist at the National Assembly, at the Nigerian National Assembly, I believe I have gathered enough experience to be able to be a bridge between the youth expectation and the leadership responsibility in the party. The vibrancy, bold and confident leadership that the youth wing of the PDP requires, I believe I have that, and I believe it is something that the party actually needs at this very important time we are. One of my plans, which is also in my manifesto, I would maybe share with you some later on after the interview, is I'm going to reignite the spirit that the PDP once had. I'm going to reposition the youths, and I'm going to reclaim the future of the youths in the People's Democratic Party. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to do that in many different ways. I'm going to do that in engaging with international organizations that are youth-focused. I'm going to do that in also, introducing more youths into the National Assembly, or using the youths already in the National Assembly, and, encouraging more youths to be in the PDP and to get their membership, to get the membership of the PDP in their different zones. And we are all going to work together. I'm also going to have an open door policy for every youth in the PDP. I'm going to make politics look like something that every youth would want to engage in, because politics is general. Politics affects everyone, no matter what. If you are a doctor, you are an engineer, you are whatever you are, politics affects you directly. And I believe everyone's hand should be full on deck in order to see how we can reclaim the future and how we can get Nigeria out of this mess that we are finding ourselves in.
I want you to clarify something for me, if you don't mind. You had said that you were a lobbyist in the National Assembly. Now, what were you lobbying for, and who were you lobbying exactly?
Okay. Yes, I have been a lobbyist at the National Assembly for the past 3 years, where I was able to, attract constituency projects from different organizations, MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government, for projects to different federal constituencies. I have quite a number of lawmakers across party lines that I have worked with across zones in Nigeria.
Your general expectations as we begin to wrap up, what are your general expectations for this party, PDP? The party is still hemorrhaging. Senators are leaving. Governors are leaving the party. And people's view is that if we have a three-horse race like 2023 with PDP, with APC, and then the coalition party, ADC, that would be an easy, it would provide, an easy run for President Tinubu, especially if you have Obi return to PDP and then Atiku manages to get the ticket of the ADC. What are your thoughts, given the fact that you seem to believe in the in the PDP's cause?
Yeah, as you can see, they say there is this proverb we have in Hausa that says, the Friday that is going to be good, you will know the Friday that is going to be good right from Wednesday. So this is the Wednesday we are now. We are in a Wednesday that is maybe 17 months into the general election of 2027. So I believe we are moving in the right directions. We are re-engaging, they are re-engaging, and under the leadership and stewardship of the PDP Governors Forum, that is Governor Bala Mohammed. I think he's really working hard in saying that he engages everybody, and this is not time to start, a hemorrhage, like you said, or start having factions. This is the time to head into the convention with one voice and elect the National Working Committee members that are going to, strategize and organize and see how we can bring back PDP into the leadership. So I am very, very confident and optimistic that PDP is going to, PDP has had history. PDP has had a legacy in this country. So I believe it is time for us to rekindle that spirit. It is time for us to reignite that energy, and show Nigerians that we have our house together now, inshallah, without any faction. We are heading into the 2027 general elections with one voice, and inshallah we are going to come out victorious.
And hopefully that will be the case, and we will see how this plays out in November. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, Abduljabbar. Rufai, thank you so much for joining us on the morning show this morning.